In my presentation today, try and outline to you the deployment options and the software integration options that are available within. You see this is the overall structure for deployment. Back to that in a moment. Start a local area network. So this can be located on your local area network server. It can be accessed by any areas of the business that had to have access to Configur8or at any point in time. So completely standalone within your internal network structure. Then going to move on to standalone systems. These are used primarily in the field for salespeople, surveyors, field engineers. People need to have access on sites where they can't guarantee they've got 3 or 4G wireless access or any internet access available. When these systems are then reconnected to the internet, they will then synchronize back with the main web server, and any jobs that they've completed will be passed up. Any new jobs that are ready for them will be sent down, as will any updates to the system should they be available. Obviously the internet, on our internet servers, we can address, as you can see on the left hand side, consumers, sales distributors, sales offices, etc. And with a whole series of devices, virtually anything that has an internet browser used. This here, the overall structure of Configur8or, all the different possibilities. You'll see we have an internal local area network system, web server, where we have unreliable connections between the internet, and we can actually set up a local area network and use the web server and have connection between the two. So in the event of that connection going down, both systems are still robust enough to run on their own and be able to continue to process jobs internally and obviously service customers, salespeople, whatever on the outside. And as soon as the connection is restored, so will the connection be in the synchronization between the systems. Now going over to software integration. You'll see from the overall diagram here, first one we're going to have on the list is CRM, ERP and manufacturing. So Configur8or links, as shown on the left, there are over 40 standard integrations, plus there's a full API set available, software development if you wish to do it in-house. It creates quotes, creates sales orders, custom item descriptions, part number, created dynamically where you want it. Example of that would be rail part numbers, where you might take the mill part number and the rail code and join those together to create a unique part number that relates to that particular part in that particular color. It can be done on the fly. We have pricing and discounts. Pricing can be wide and varied, cost plus, price lists, multi-currency, individual customer price lists, customer group price lists, and discounting any way you wish to configure it. Manufacturing orders, also known as production orders and works orders. Configurator can create one-off versions of those. It has a unique bill of materials within it, and therefore, if the rules change on Configur8or, any standard compliance and supersedence, etc., automatically taken care of by creating unique in each case. If you prefer, we can create bills of materials within your ERP solution. Creating stock lines in inventory, if there are stock lines that are required that don't exist. For example, if we use the rail part number above, an example of how we want to create a new stock line dynamically for that purpose. And also update costs from inventory. We will also carry the latest costs available in the system, so those will be updated to Configur8or whatever time sync you require. Also sync customers. So if you have the ability within Configur8or to be able to create customers if you choose. If you choose not to, then that option can be taken away on the user role. But any customers then created on your ERP solution would be synchronized to Configur8or to make them available in the Configur8or list. We're now moving on to CNC software, also known as computer-aided manufacture. This generates CNC codes against parts. So, for example, a series of tooling operations and dimensions of where they should be applied could be created and can be passed across either to the ERP manufacturing solution or direct to the appropriate CNC software. Where specific batching is required and not available within the ERP, then you can do cross-order batching either at the product or model level to suit with whatever properties you require, and batch those items together, and then obviously pass back to the CNC in the way we've already outlined. We then have legacy systems. Though we're called legacy, it could be as simple as you have a different CRM system to ERP. In that situation, Configur8or forms a conduit between the two. So if you create a new opportunity within your CRM, you may use a pop-up of Configur8or to be able to create the quote. The summary of that would be written back to the CRM, and then obviously when that becomes an order, Configur8or would write the sales order and the work order back to the ERP solution. Other situations, maybe if you have legacy bespoke systems where you still want to use part or reference certain data, and also industry-specific databases where you have a regularly updated industry standard thing going on. Configur8or can usually access data from those as well. The overall schema is to bring all your different systems together and integrate them to one operation using Configur8or as a conduit, and also using the power of Configur8or to configure items, etc., to suit your business. That concludes my presentation. If you want any more information or have any questions, please email us at info@configur8or.com. Thank you very much for your attention. Goodbye.